Well, hello there and welcome back to the football. We are the Heed Army podcast and we are bringing you live match commentary today for this friendly game between Gateshead and Sunderland here at Gateshead International Stadium. There's a great crowd here, both home and away. Sunderland's second game of the day, Gateshead's second game of pre-season, and you won't miss a kick here with us. We have the team news, we'll go through that very shortly. But my name's David Gaddis, I'm joined by Mark Rivers. Mark, a fantastic occasion here this afternoon.
It is, yeah. It's a big test for Gateshead. It's a very strong Sunderland side that's been put out here at the National Stadium. A few lads on the bench that have clearly hot-footed from the first cloud for the South Shields game, who are on the bench in this game as well. But no, good to be back. First one of the season, first of the men, and an enjoyable afternoon ahead, I'm sure, or evening.
Well, certainly will. Of course, it's slightly later kick-off. Normally we'd be approaching, we'd be in half-time normally at this time on a Saturday afternoon. But the rain has stayed away. It is a little bit murky now around here. You can feel a little bit of closeness in the air, I think is the best way to describe it. It's
muggy.
It's one of those afternoons. There is a threat of rain, but at the moment the Sunderland fans are dry on the far side and they're still coming in their droves behind the east goal and the south end stand, should I say, south stand and the east stand are filling up very nicely, as is the Tyneham Weir stand here. If you haven't been with us before, we're fully interactive. We've got messages coming through, so if you'd like to message us, please do. We've got welcome back, lads. Great to hear your tones on the airwaves again. Looking forward to this new season. Come on, that's from Davy Steele. We've got Liv Walden as well as sent in a message, which I'm trying to get up here. It's taking its time. There we go. Over the moon to be here. Of course, Liv had an operation for the week, and we're glad she's able to be here in the flesh. We've got Sean Paris. Good afternoon, lads. The new strips look amazing. Well, you've very fortuitous that, because we do have a bit of the new strips. They have come out, and there you go. That is the away top. There we go. Marcus Denanga modelling it there very well. And then we've got the ladies players as well, modelling the home and away shirts, and that will be available for pre-order on Monday, coming on the Gateshead website. And this is the new goalkeeper top. But also the new goalkeeper, Archie Mayer, has arrived on a season-long loan from Norwich just before we started broadcast. An hour and a half ago it was announced, Mark. A fine signing in goal, because Gateshead have been wanting the goalkeeper, but they've one that's highly rated here.
Very high rated in Norwich as well, by the way. We've got very high hopes from down at Carrow Road. I know that for a fact, because when he went to Notts County last season, there's a lot about him that been next in his development. Didn't really get as much, I think, as he'd want with Notts County, but he'll certainly get that here, and he will be Gateshead's number one going forward. I think there'll be another goalkeeper will come in at some point as backup, or if not, there'll be Rob Elliott as well, who of course played at Hebburn the other night. But yeah, it's a good option. It's a good signing, and looking forward to seeing him in the second half today.
Well, I mentioned before, this is the second game that Sunderland have played today. The second 11 that they've put out. A few of the players have come along that were on the bench, and hopefully Mark can hear us all right there on yours. We've got a message here. It's got also coming who watched the same team twice in one day, Mark.
There's many times when I feel like I've watched about 8 games in a day, but it's going to be, as I say, a good test. I was at South Shields just a couple of hours ago watching a different Sunderland side play the Mariners, and cracking game there. So let's go live up to, because that was a 4-3.
Well, let's put the hoodoo on it now, as Mark. But we have got Johnny. Great afternoon. Can't be there, but looking forward to your commentary. Away the Heed. Just before we go on to the team news, we'll read that out. If you would like to join us on the Heed Army podcast, of course, next weekend we have another big game at home to Newcastle United. And that one is an absolute sellout here at Gateshead International Stadium. The quarter of tickets has all gone. So the only place you can join us will be here on the Heed Army podcast. And there might be other news. Have a look and wait for that. But they say we'd love you to join us and share anything that you can. But on the Heed Army podcast on Thursday night, we are going to be joined by YouTuber Adam Pearson, also Josh from Patrick, who they've just announced the new shirt we showed there before. So lots to look forward on the Heed Army podcast this coming week, and we'd love you to help us get right in the spirit of everything for the new season. Lots of positives to talk about, and we'll of course be talking about this game. So like and subscribe subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads or anything like that. But the teams are about to come out very, very shortly. I'll quickly go through the Sunderland side. It's Art Bass in goal wearing number 1, Trey Humes number 2, Joe Anderson number 3, Dan Neal wearing number 4, Dan Ballard is the captain wearing number 5, Zach Johnson, number 6, Jude Bellingham number 7, Niall Higgins is wearing number 8, Alex Pritchard 9, Patrick Roberts 10, and Jason, it's got Bennett, sure I'm going to call it on the pronunciation, wearing number 11. On the bench is Harry Fieldson, Callum Wilson, Oliver Bainbridge, Marshall Burke, Luke Bell, Max Thompson, Jaden Sadiq. We've got Michael Spellman, Jensen Jones, Josh Roberts, Timu Teterov, and Tom Chabe, Jack Whittaker, and Jake Waters make up the full quota of Sunderland players here. And we'll go through the Gateshead team just when they come out and shake the hands. But Mark, for years, Gateshead fans have always cried out for friendlies like this against the first teams of the two big teams up here in the Northeast. They've got it this year, and the crowds have turned out as well.
They have. I said on Twitter earlier on how big a boost it was to have Sunderland and Newcastle come to local non-league clubs. You look at this Sunderland side, it is a strong side. There's a number of players in this side that will be key players for Tony Mowbray throughout the new season. Looking at the likes of Trey Hume, Dan Neal, Dan Ballard, of course, had a great first season before injury cut it short. Patrick Roberts had a wonderful season. It's a real test this for Gateshead. It's exactly what they want. Perhaps it's come a little early in pre-season for them, but such as the scheduling, they would probably like to play when they've got a couple of pre-season games under the belt rather than just the one at Heaven the other night. But fair play to Sunderland for turning out and for putting such a strong side out.
Certainly have. And of course, there's a name down there that has been catching a lot of attention in the world's football and media, Bellingham. But this is Jude Bellingham, brother of Jude, of course, who's just signed for Real Madrid. Come through the same academy and club as his brother at Birmingham City. And I'm excited to see what he's all about. I mean, he looks very similar to his brother. He's a big young lad, and we'll see how he does this afternoon. But the teams are coming out now here at Gateshead International Stadium. And this is how Gateshead line up. It's a trialist in goal wearing number 13, Robbie Tinkler. There's another trialist wearing number 3, Kenton Richardson, Ed Francis, Regan Booty, Jordan Hunter, Connor Panny, Stephen Wern, the captain Adam Campbell, and Aidan Rutledge, who makes up the starting lineup. New loan signing Archie Mayer is on the bench. Callum Whelan, Louis Story, Tom Allen, Marcus Denanga, another trialist wearing number 12, Carl Magnay 14, Ollie Thompson 20. We have yet another trialist at 22, and Lyra Kasani is on the bench as well. So we're all ready to go, and we hope that you are sat down ready to enjoy this one, because Gateshead are looking fine out there in their brand new Patrick strips as well. Gateshead are looking very, very nice. And of course, yesterday Sunderland announced their new away top, so it's the battle of the new tops here today at Gateshead International Stadium. And we've got Donna listening in from... One second. Listening from Cyprus with my husband Simon. Split loyalties. He's a Sunderland fan. One of us is going to be disappointed. So he's going to be disappointed when we beat them. Come on, Gateshead. Well, that's the spirit. This one's got, shame you're on commentary, not stream. Well, apologies. We hope you can just enjoy the commentary still. But they say the players are out there, and I'm sure Connor Panny has grown during the summer.
I wish I had.
Yeah, he's still a young lad, of course, sub-20, still growing, and he finished the season in style. Unfortunately, wasn't able to play at Wembley for being cup-tied, but in the run-in, Connor really stamped a place for that left wing-back spot.
He did, yes. Such a shame he couldn't play at Wembley, isn't it? It would have been lovely to see him on that left-hand side. It is a bit of a new position for him still. Obviously played a few games there last season. I think there will still need to be a little bit of patience with Connor playing as a left wing-back. He's still finding his way. He's going to get a big test today up against Patrick Roberts, so that could be one area Sunderland will try and expose. But Connor's, as he's going to progress, he needs to have tests like this. He needs to have a game where he's going to play against top-class opposition. He's playing against a player that's played in the Premier League, a player that's played in European competition in Patrick Roberts today. So looking forward to seeing that one. But to answer your original question, Yes, it does look like he's grown.
We got there in the end, everybody. I thought it was me that has the long-winded answers, but
You just have long-winded questions.
yeah. We've got greetings from West Peterborough from Ginger Joe. Thank you very much. Remember, do share the commentary. Let everybody know that it's on. And we're about to get underway here as it, the captain is Alex Pritchard, actually. I think the team sheet is wrong. Start the season off like we normally do. But Pritchard is going to kick us off.
That's not our error.
That is no error. We're just going off what it is.
I say ours. I mean yours.
Gateshead shooting from right to left in the black, white strips with black trim. And it's neon red apparently, but it looks pink to me, the Sunderland strip. And they're going to be shooting towards the Felon end. But Robert puts it inside. Bellingham gets his first touch of the ball. And it comes off a Gateshead player for a throw in just in front of the dugout. Well, Trey Hume gives it to Roberts.
Big day for Aidan Rutledge as well, by the way. Last season playing second division Northern League and got his big move up to the National League, and now playing against the Championship club.
Yeah, yes, he'll get a good measure of him today up against the calibre of the defenders he's playing against. Ball brought down by the trialist. Nice. Pani gets it back, just skips away from him. Bellingham picks it up in midfield, passes the ball forward to Pritchard, who pulls it back to Neil. Out to the far side, played forward by Anderson. Played across the field by Anderson even. Zach Johnson gives it to Pat Roberts, who tried to get it past Pani, and it comes off Pani for a throw. Gateshead battling to get the ball back, but Roberts, who's cut inside with the ball. Sunderland passing the ball around with ease at the moment. Neil manages to play it forward. Pritchard plays it back. Johnson. Patrick has been very involved so far, has Patrick Roberts. Now he picks out a crossfield ball. Looking for Bennett on the far side, whose touch comes off it. I didn't realise. I thought you poked that straight out himself there, but it's a corner to Sunderland.
Jordan Hunter getting back in there and doing the job asked of him. Now, that's interesting. Jordan Hunter, who's a right back, has gone upfield, despite the fact it's a corner at Sunderland.
Well, Pritchard stands over the ball, plays it short. Gets the ball back. 25 yards out. He has to run backwards though. Lays it back to Anderson. Now, Bennett has got the ball. Played forward, and now it's Patrick Roberts is driving in with the ball, and he's still going. Still got the ball. Threads it back, and the shot off, and it's been deflected. And there's appeals for handball. Ball hooked away by Pani. But Sunderland, they just danced into the area there with Patrick Roberts.
Yeah, a little bit too easy there, wasn't it? Just went past three players without a real challenge going in. Obviously scared of giving away a penalty, but Gateshead need to get reorganised here.
Pani gets it to Ed Francis, back to Pani, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Plays it back to Robbie Tinkler, who's adopted that centre of the back three. Hunter lays it off to Campbell. Campbell tries to put it over the top, and it stopped by Sunderland. Falls to another Sunderland player in midfield. Played back. It's in defence now as Neil looks to try and find a person to distribute it to, and he has. Ballard plays it back out to... It's inside to Neil now.
Good pressure from Rutledge.
Yep. Ballard just stands on the ball, rolls it forward a little bit, plays it out to Anderson. Still playing it around the back, Sunderland. Now it comes across to Zach Johnson. Bellingham. Lays it off to Patrick Roberts. Back to Zach Johnson, and Sunderland settled very quickly into this one. Nice passing display so far. Gateshead having to try and chase to win the ball back. Johnson back to the keeper Bass. Bass plays it forward to Bellingham. Bellingham now takes a touch and plays it inside. Campbell tries to win the ball back, but Sunderland can just keep the ball moving. Now Ballard can drive forward with it. Ball's going to work its way down the left-hand side. Now Bennett drives forward with the ball. He's opened up. He's going to get past Kenton Richardson. Gets the ball into the centre. And it's a goal kick.
Good challenge there. Kenton Richardson done very well. Stayed disciplined.
Just looked like he was going to get past Kenton, but Kenton just kept the speed with him there, didn't he? After initially said he was going to leave him behind, but he kept up with him. Gateshead. From the back is the trialist goalkeeper. Tries to ping the ball up to Hunter. Anderson wins the header. Neil brings it down in midfield, but Campbell just picks the ball off his foot. Now Francis, under pressure, gives it back to Booty. Booty plays it to Tinkler in the centre of defence. And the other trialist defender gets it to in midfield there. It was given away by Wern. Roberts has the ball, and it comes off Roberts there. He tried to be cute to get past Panny, and the ball pinged back off him. And at the moment, Sunderland looking a little bit at the better side. I mean, we're only 6 minutes in, Mark, but you can see they're at a higher level at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing with a good intensity. That Tony Mowbray's, implemented there since he went into the job. You'd expect this of them. This is what they built a success last season on. It's out, by the way.
Well, this is Gateshead just dispossessed there, and now Zach Johnson can calmly play it back to his keeper, Alex Bass. Gives it to Hume. It's a very similar pattern of play to what Gateshead normally play in league games against National League opposition. They play it round the back. Very comfortable on the ball.
It's been similar at the start at South Shields earlier, where it was, Sunderland sort of dictating the early parts of the game, and South Shields just having to sort of sit in and protect what they've got for now. And then a goal came out of nowhere in South Shields' favour.
Well, Sunderland still in possession at the back though, through Ballard. Ballard plays it back to Bass. The ball's probably only moved about 20 yards up the pitch in the last 30 seconds, and just happy to possessional play. Hunter goes up for the header, misses out on it, is brought down in midfield, but Francis wins it back. Now Gateshead can try and build from the back themselves as Kenton Richardson plays it all the way back to the trialist goalkeeper. All in pink, brighter pink. It's the ball now pinged up, looking for the run of Panny. Panny's going to trace down with Hume, and the ball just skims away. The pitch is looking absolutely pristine today.
It's slick as well, isn't it? After the rain we got.
We've had a little bit of rain here. It's, as I say, it's a little bit clammy, is the best way to describe it here. And there hasn't been much water put on the pitch, but didn't really need it. It is slick out there, as Mark says. It's a proverbial carpet. Where it is 0-0 if you're just joining us. Yeah, Gateshead 0, Sunderland 0. There's the ball back to Zach Johnson. Turns. Bellingham picks it up on the corner of his own box. Plays it forward into midfield. Nice turn from Pritchard. Pritchard keeps the ball at his feet. Has room to turn. Hume can play it back down to Johnson. Patrick Roberts is everywhere and everywhere down this right-hand side. Likes to get involved.
Don't be surprised if Roberts and Bennett switch wings as well. They're very fluid. Obviously, if you've got Pritchard playing almost as a false nine, he may well drop in as well and change places with probably Roberts. It's a very fluid forward line.
Well, Pritchard gives the ball back to Roberts. Roberts puts it out to Hume on the right-hand side, inside the Sunderland half, back to Johnson.
Gets that holding a very high line here.
Well, Gateshead players are definitely going to get a good fitness test here today because they're having to chase a lot of shadows at the minute. Tinkler turns, Pritchard gives it to Booty. Booty lays it off, and now Kenton Richardson has a ball at his feet. Francis gives it back to Richardson.
He's a keeper.
Keeper on the edge of the box. It's a touch. I think he's going to go along here looking for Hunter. He has. Beaten to the ball. Campbell nods it on. Shortest man on the pitch. And couldn't find a Gateshead teammate. And now just passed around the Gateshead defence, Sunderland defence, and cleared up the pitch by Ballard. And well, flag went up for a late foul. Free kick to Sunderland just inside their own area.
Campbell there using his physical presence. Take out 6'3" centre half.
That big brute. Oh, apparently Paul Doolan can't connect in the James Cook Hospital. We wish him more. Hopefully he can get to listen to this at some point or hears us, but we wish him all the best as well. Unfortunately in hospital at the minute. Zach Johnson gets the ball up to Pritchard, who managed to get it across to his teammate in Higgins. Now it's across on the far side. Anderson tries to pick out the run of Pritchard, but keeper just plucked that out the air with ease.
Yeah, good take. Good, nice and confident. Kept the edge of his box. Could have taken a risk, but well taken. Panny's away.
Well, ball given back to the trialist. Booty now puts the ball over the top. It's a bit of a blind one, that. And it's going to bounce all the way through to Alex Bass, who's in bright yellow here this afternoon.
You get the feeling this is exactly the sort of physical challenge and tactical challenge that Gateshead will love. Mike Williamson, Ian Watson love trying to figure out issues on the pitch and trying to pick through.
And also as well, it's been a little bit of an alien situation, of course, in league games and cup games for Gateshead. They're the team that's predominantly in possession, and in this game, they're having to, as you say, mind chest to try and get the ball back as the ball played through now as Booty has the ball.
I'll switch it.
Stephen Wern plays it inside leaves it. Now Hunter, can he get a shot off? Oh, he's just stumbled on it. Appeals for a penalty, but really he got the ball underneath his feet and should have pulled the trigger.
Really nice play from Gateshead then. I think, Jordan's just maybe got to get the shot away once he's taken that first touch. But cut through Sunderland really nicely. Great ball from Panny down to Wern. As I say, Hunter just couldn't get that shot away.
Wern just got the space there, and that's just as we say what we were talking about. They need to find ways to unlock this defence. This is a very good defence. Close play at a higher level.
Yeah, someone like Dan Ballard, I know how highly rated he is by Sunderland fans, and came through it at Arsenal. Had a very good spell, a couple of loan spells, and is a definite player.
Well, the balls just went out for a Sunderland throw, just down past their dugout here on our left-hand side. 13 minutes gone. It's Gateshead 0, Sunderland 0 if you're just joining us. Well, Campbell tries to anticipate the ball, but Neil manages to keep it moving. Out to the far side is number 16, Regan Booty. Jordan Hunter. Put the ball out. Still getting used to the new players. Francis, ball comes off him for a throw on the far side.
Having seen a lot of Jordan Hunter at South Shields over the last sort of 3 years, he'll become a real favourite here, by the way. He's got real ability at right wing, so as a right wing back. Loves getting forward. He's good defensively, plenty of pace, and he's got a good delivery as well. So it's a good sign, very astute signing.
Neil keeps the ball moving. Nice touch from Pritchard, but Gateshead, the foul given. Am I right in believing, I'm sure with Premier League sides, you have to have a referee of the standard of the team with the highest level when you have a pre-season friendly?
Possibly. Yeah. It's sort of not Premier League, but
yeah,
I know what you mean. Possibly.
Yeah. Anderson now drives forward.
Another one at South Shields was
Ball over the top now, and Rutledge is going to try and chase down, but Zach Johnson just gets in front of him. He does very well. Rutledge though still going in. Ballard does well to come away with the ball, but Rutledge didn't give up. Good stuff from the big centre forward there.
Love that.
Made a real pest of himself there.
There's a real chance for an early ball out to this left every time with Conor Panny. He's getting acres of space.
You would just say that the two Sunderland defenders there got a little bit too close to each other.
They did, yeah, they did.
Ball out to Hunter. Hunter, nice touch. Can he find a teammate? Dances past a couple of players and lays it back to Kent Richardson.
It's just got to go.
Back to the trial goalkeeper. Gives it to Tinkler. High press though from Sunderland. And the keeper now brings it to the other trial player. Gets down the line to Panny. Panny inside.
Good, you know.
It's a win. It's good stuff from Gateshead. Being pressed high from Sunderland that was a pull. Rutledge does very well to hold it up, and
Ballard was all really good from Gateshead. Really good.
Well, taking the kick quick, the free kick quickly as now Booty is trying to get through, and Panny's going to chase this down, but Bass has got there. But hey, Rutledge has given us food for thought in the last few minutes. He's shown that he can chase it down and also hold it up well there.
Yeah, didn't really get any chances at Hebben Tuesday night, but his work rate can't be faulted. Done very well there. Held off a man. I think there are areas of his game that he needs to improve, but they'll come the more he trains full time.
Of course, a big step up. I think it's 5 levels, isn't it? That he's making the step up from. So as I say, it's a player that fans will have to be patient with. But there's a ball through, but Kent Richardson read it well. Back to the trialist goalkeeper for Gateshead, Tinkler, out to Kent Richardson. Crossfield ball across to Panny. And can he keep it in? He can. It's a good job he's screwed them a couple of inches over the summer to keep it in. Booty gives it back to the trialist, who gives it back to the trialist goalkeeper. Nice vision to pick out Panny on the left-hand side.
You know, this is brilliant from Gateshead.
Trey Hume.
Really good.
They're making Sunderland work off the ball now.
You just sense a little bit of confidence growing.
Yeah. Well, back underway. As the ball is back with the trialist goalkeeper, who showed some nice feet as well under pressure.
Yeah, he did on Tuesday.
Well, was that a foul on Wern? No. Ball through to Pritchard. Pritchard turns. Can he get a shot off and puts it wide? It's a nice first touch from Pritchard there to get himself into space.
Yeah, he's missed one there, I think, the ref.
Well, goal kick to Gateshead. Well, the early showings of Rutledge have been impressive. I wasn't able to go to the Hebben game through the week, but yeah, he's a big, strong, physical, fast lad. Still young. There'll be plenty of development there, you would hope, as the ball goes up towards Anderson, who just brings it down, calmly plays it back to Bass. Bass on the edge of his area. Ballard plays it inside. And now Neil can try and get the ball going forward. Roberts.
I mean, no matter what level you play at, getting over a half-century goals in the seasons, you don't do that without having something. So it's great to see Gateshead have taken a little bit of a chance on Aidan Rutledge, and now it's down to him to listen to the advice he's being given, to learn and to develop in an environment that has a habit of developing young players.
Well, there has been a fair few, and that's impressive stuff from Bennett there. As the ball comes across now to Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson gives it to Patrick Roberts, whose touch carries him inside. Just overplayed it though, and Gateshead now. Rutledge on the edge of the area. He looks to get a shot away. He's still going. Can he pull the trigger? And Patrick Roberts saved his own graces there because he lost the ball, but won it back at the when it mattered. But that was another promising little spell there from Rutledge.
Yeah, maybe just need to get the shot away early, try and catch a keeper unawares.
Well, trialist wearing number 3 for Gateshead. Plays it back to Robbie Tinkler.
Played the first half on Tuesday at Hebben, the left-sided centre-back trialist, and looked very good.
Yeah, he's He's looked solid so far.
Oh, what a
lovely touch from Campbell to set Gateshead away on the right-hand side. Hunter cuts in with it a little bit, still running. He needs an option. There's Francis there, but he lays it across to Connor Panny, left-hand side, corner of the box. What can he do? He goes in, goes for a curling shot. And oh, what a goal! Connor Panny! He cut inside. I thought for a second there was a deflection, but the keeper backpedaling and into the net it dipped. And Gateshead take the lead here.
Yeah, it's definitely taking a big deflection. That's looped it up over the keeper. But I'll tell you what, really well played from Jordan Hunter to come forwards, to cut inside and really break the line. Good ball into Panny, who's taking the confidence on to take the shot. And got a little bit of fortune, but a goal nonetheless.
Well, 20 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead 1, Sunderland 0. Connor Panny from the left-hand side of the box, outside of the box even, dinks it in with the help of a deflection. But Gateshead have been just threatening a little bit. They've got themselves into the game and scored a good goal for good measure.
Well, we said, didn't we, the confidence was grown, and it's a lovely moment for Connor Panny. Now it's only pre-season, but to get a goal against this calibre opposition will do him the world of good.
And of course, the back end of last season, he scored quite the goal. I think it was against Yeovil. I don't think you were at that game, were you? I think I had Scott Barrow, former Gateshead player, sat next to me, and it was a Scott Barrow-esque goal, but that one was a Connor Panny goal without a doubt. And now Pritchard, left-hand side, driving off the ball, trying to create something, plays it inside to Bennett. Bennett puts it back out to Pritchard, and lack of communication, ball goes straight out for a throw on the far side.
You could just sense when it got the little nick off the defender it was going to go in, couldn't you? Because it looked up really weirdly. I think Bass got a hand to it, but it just crept in. But not fair play to Gateshead. They've improved as the halves wore on, and good little spell of pressure has ended with a goal.
And obviously we know that it is a pre-season friendly. The result doesn't necessarily matter. Obviously, it's nice to get a win. Doesn't matter who you play, but this poses new challenges for the team within the game, because obviously Sunderland are going to maybe go through a gear or two, because we know they've got a few more gears, and it'll change the dynamic of the game.
It will, and Sunderland will continue being dangerous. So we'll continue to ask questions, and it's up to Gateshead to answer them. But at the moment, they're doing well. They're doing everything they have to do. You're right what you said there about Rutledge. He's looked as if he's grown into the game with Gateshead. You just let him get a shot off a little bit earlier. And
poor ball. Campbell picks up in the middle, goes for a curling shot himself. Oh! He's bringing out the filth again! Adam Campbell! Oh, finish of this piece. Well, nearly said finish of the season. The season hasn't even started. 2-0 Gateshead.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning goal. You just sensed the moment he got that ball out of his feet, he was only going to do one thing. Rutledge just made a good run, dragged the defender away, opened up a little bit of space for Campbell. It's an absolutely stunning finish from Adam Campbell, the sort that we've seen many times here at Gateshead, and that's up there with the very best of them.
Well, we've seen X-rated finishes from Adam Campbell in the past, but that one's up there with them. And wow, well, game on. 23 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Sunderland 0. Connor Panny and Adam Campbell with outside the box efforts. Gateshead fans in great voice behind us here in the Tyne and Wear stand. As Anderson tries to pick a ball over the top, looking for the run of Bellingham and asking way too much of the young midfielder. Goes all the way through to the trialist goalkeeper.
Yes, just similar to goals that we've seen Adam Campbell score last season. When he does that cut inside on his...
Just had so much space, and of course it was a mistaken midfield by Sunderland where the ball was latched upon. Ball up towards Kent Richardson. Can Hunter keep it in? He can. Kenton's going to put the ball over the top, and now Campbell and Bass has had to come out very quickly there. Good goalkeeping. Gets the ball on the edge of his area. Now Anderson plays it inside to Ballard, who I think we might have put the commentator's curse on before. We said he had a couple of shaky moments earlier on, but seems to have got his composure back at the moment.
Gateshead, you can sense a little bit more confidence in their own press as well. They're really starting to press.
Yeah, the back line is on the halfway line at the moment. And
there, though.
Yeah, as Trey Humes has ventured further forward here as well. Pritchard on the left-hand side, hugging the touchline. Bennett is in front of him, receives the ball. Now Sunderland trying to, lost the ball in midfield, but picked up again by Bellingham, and Gateshead win it back. And now Ed Francis gets it out to Campbell. Campbell, if he looks, he's got the runner on this side. He's got the overlap of Hunter. Uses Hunter. Hunter's going to get past his man. And good defending from Anderson.
If he wins that, he's got 2 against 2 in the middle as well. That's brilliant ball from Campbell. Just needs a little bit more on it, but Gateshead flying here, absolutely flying.
Campbell is enjoying himself this afternoon, and there was maybe an argument at first for him to put the ball across to the left-hand side, but he was patient. He must have heard the shout of Hunter, and the ball through was fantastic. We have a throw level of the corner of the box on the far side. Someone's asking who's in goal for Gateshead. It's Trilist at the moment. We don't know the name.
I do.
We're not allowed to say it, but still.
No, we're not allowed to say it.
As the ball comes through, Wern tries to get there, but Bellingham intercepts, and now, just a little bit scrappy, but there was a foul given on the halfway line. Free kick to Sunderland.
It's not a bad foul.
No. It's the one you might think it's just a run-of-the-mill one that gets given, isn't it? Just a little clip of the heels. And Liv has put, how am I meant to stay calm with this? Amazing. Well,
just remember, it's just pre-season.
It is pre-season, but it's
all about getting ready for day one.
Gateshead trying to high press, get the ball back, and closing down the midfield. Trey Humes gives it to Bellingham. Bellingham gets dispossessed, and a foul given there. Well, that's a light one, I would say. I don't know how they got that.
2 teams on the pitch, ref.
Well, you wouldn't think about the scoreline. I'm only joking. But it is 2-0 if you're just joining us. And Mark, can you give any clues to who it is?
I could give loads. Doesn't mean I'm going to.
He's got 2 gloves on, if that helps anybody.
But it'll be interesting to see Archie Mayer second half. I dare say he'll probably play the entirety of the second half. He has only literally just joined the club.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone who's just tuned in, of course, didn't see the scoreline's 2-0, but Gateshead have signed a goalkeeper on loan for the rest of the season from Norwich. Archie Mayer, he was on loan at Notts County, and you may remember his heroics in the playoff final as well. Very highly thought of goalkeeper around the country at the moment, and certainly eyebrows raised behind this table when it was announced that he had signed. So kudos to Gateshead and the hard work they've been putting in.
Kudos.
Yes. I've been reading the dictionary. Apparently the zebra did it, but at the moment, Ballard plays it back to Bass. Bass goes long, looking for Trey Humes, who's found himself a lot higher up the pitch. Bellingham picks it up in a centre circle, manages to get it forward to Humes. 2 players stretching for it there, no connection, thankfully, as Neil plays it out to Bennett on the far side. Bennett's a little bit of trickery, thought he was going to cross it in. He does this time, and it's a dangerous ball. But there's Patrick Robertson lurking on the right-hand side of the box. He's going to cut in with it, still going, edge of the box now, lays it off, shot off, deflected, cleared by Wern, but it's been brought down by Anderson. Sunderland camped out inside the gates at half at the moment. Patrick Roberts up against Connor Panny.
Well done again,
Connor Panny wins the ball, can he keep it in? And he puts it out for a throw.
Done absolutely brilliantly there.
29 minutes gone. 2-0 to Gateshead at the moment, and Panny can have a second attempt to clear the ball. Good closing down by Sunderland. Trialist defender gets it clear. And now lovely. Campbell, if he looks up, there's Hunter running. Hunter, he's going to get to the ball. He needs some support in the middle. Rutledge and Wern are there. He's still going, though, Hunter. Campbell's coming up to support him. Got it through. Lovely stuff. Referee says play on.
Now bring it back.
Well, surely the referee should pull that back. And then he gives a foul there. And, let's hope Hunter's all right on the far side. Took a little bit of a clattering there when he distributed the ball to Campbell.
So advantage only works one way.
Yeah, that's if that was a league game, I'd be very annoyed.
Yeah, you're seeing little cameos of what Jordan Hunter's all about here. I've banged that drum for a long time about Jordan Hunter. I've always felt he could make a step up. And I don't just mean National League. I think he's a Football League player, potentially a Football League player. He will get forward. He will give an outlet on the right-hand side. I'm really excited by the link-up for him and Adam Campbell, if that is the way.
There's a good understanding there, isn't there?
Yeah, we saw it with we saw it with Adam and Robbie Tenk at times. That lovely build-up on the right-hand side when Tink's played on the right-hand side. We've seen it with a few people, Adam, to be fair. And I just think there's a real potential for something really special on that side of the pitch for Gateshead.
Well, I think Adam Campbell's asking the referee about the advantage there, but Hunter is up onto his feet on the far side. So players from both sides taking this an advantage of the stoppage to take on some water. Mickey Barris, but wow, lads, just seen 2 early contenders for goal of the season. Some of the football we're playing is fantastic. Very promising at the moment.
It's really important, though, and I will keep stressing this, that I'm not saying people shouldn't be enthused or excited or anything like that, but it is pre-season. It's all about building for day one. That's the story. Even if this was to finish the way it is now, the chat from Mike and Busted will be, it's all about day one of the season.
Yeah.
Results don't really matter. And I think what we're seeing are promising signs, but that's all they are at the moment. Well, it's really boring, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
It's those flashes though that give you the little bit of hope and excitement, isn't it? The new players coming in, and working well with existing players, like the link-ups we've seen between Campbell and Hunter, and also we're seeing the strong work by Rutledge playing the lone striker there. Yes, he's got Wern just behind him and Campbell coming in on the other side, but exciting things to do.
Look, I think the recruitment this summer has been excellent, by the way. And Archie Mayer coming in has only added to that. I don't think there's been, not that you can't say not a bad signing, but there's been every signing that's come in, you can see why it's been made.
Yeah.
I still think there may be one more, at least one more, but at the moment, it's the squad's looking very healthy.
Well, Ballard under pressure. Now, Zach Johnson gives it to Hume. Hume, a good press from Gateshead, making Sunderland pass the ball backwards to Bass. Bass, now under pressure himself, clears the ball out of touch.
Really good press.
And that is fantastic stuff to make the opposition just put the ball out into touch.
Smart than you getting it.
It is very smart. Patrick, just announced yesterday, takes inspiration from the Angel of the North, or the Gateshead Angel as it's known around these parts. Has the lines very similar to the Angel itself. Patrick knocking it out of the park, as well as the away shirt that was announced this morning as well.
I really like the away shirt.
Yeah. As Tinkler plays it back to the trail goalkeeper. Out to Kenton Richardson. Ball played forward to Campbell. Campbell with a lovely little flick. Just Rutledge couldn't get there. Ballard pounced onto it. Bellingham. Tidy. Gives it to Hume. Hume's looking for a runner. There wasn't one there, and Gateshead win the ball back. Can keep it in. He can. And now Gateshead on the attack. Wern, left-hand side. Can he get through? He's holding the ball up. Lays it back to Francis. Francis now to the trialist wearing number 3. And Gateshead just keeping the ball there. Good stuff, because Wern could have drove forward, but it would have been into a dead end.
That's good. Really confident. I mentioned about this trialist on Tuesday night when I was talking to a couple of people that you can see he needs to learn how Gateshead play.
Yeah.
And I think we've just seen a little example of it there, where he just kept calm, looked for an option, couldn't go forward, so he's gone back and retained possession. Really impressive.
The crossfield ball went out of play on the far side for a Sunderland throw. As Campbell chasing down Neil. I'll say
pressure again.
It is great pressure. I mean, in the early stages, I thought, are we gonna see Sunderland dominate here and turn the screw?
Let's be honest, they did. We've got out there a bit easy though.
Oh yes, turn defence into attack here as Patrick Roberts has the ball on the right hand side. Bennett is in front of him.
Canny again.
Puts inside and Canny wins the ball. Ed Francis lays it back here to just pass it around to get out. And Francis, that's a poor ball though, picked up by Pritchard. But there we go. Gateshead get the ball back and Pritchard's down. But Gateshead are on the attack. Hunter crosses the halfway line. Just slows it down. Plays it back to Francis.
He's up now.
He's up. Well, let's see. Was going to go to sportsmanship, but Gateshead on the attack. Or trying to. Now Francis can ping the ball out to the left-hand side. Can Panny bring it down? Just too much on it over the top. But nice vision there from Francis. Just the execution. The range wasn't in. Well, the wind is just getting up here on Tyneside. It's a grey day now, but it's still quite warm. It's definitely still in the 20s. There's Bellingham. Plays the ball back to Johnson. Bass. All in yellow. Plays it across to the far side. Anderson. Takes a touch. Now carries it forward. Still going. Gets to the halfway line. Looks to play a crossfield ball. The ball. Nice touch from Roberts to bring it down. Bellingham in the centre. Bellingham lays it out to Hume on the right-hand side. Roberts. Oh, and poor communication from Sunderland there. And the ball is just going to roll out for a Gateshead goal kick. Sorry. And I've got a little, well, just looking across to the far side, I think we've got a little sneak peek that the away kit will be out in the second half for Gateshead.
Yeah. I was just watching the second half team warming up there, and you look at the options,
Yeah.
there's a decent side.
I mean, you've got, there's Story, Denanga.
Oh, that's not a bad ball.
Ball. Oh, and Ballard didn't deal with that too well. Rutledge just pushing down on him, trying to get there. I tell you what, he makes the defenders work at the moment, does Rutledge. And now, lovely pass and play from Gateshead, and the ball there wasn't the baddest dink forward. Rutledge just caught on his heels, but he was the wrong side of the defender, and the keeper got there before them. Is there many there, folks? Is Ginger Joe? Yeah, it looks like there's a good 4,000 or 5,000 here. There's now the ball is pinged forward by Johnson. And Bellingham was absolutely manhandled there. The referee, for some reason, didn't give the foul.
There's a lovely balance about Gateshead, even though there's two trialists playing, which can sometimes disrupt that. There's just a lovely balance about the side.
Just watching Robbie Tinkler there, his communication has been absolutely fantastic at the back there. He's guiding the young lad on trial there. He's communicating with Panny in front of him as well, trying to keep the ball moving.
Looks like he's played that role all his life, doesn't he?
Yeah, you wouldn't think he was a flying wing-back midfielder, but he's adapted into that centre-back role. Chris Nelson's put many... We're not going to read that. Well, Neil has the ball. Plays it back to Ballard. Ballard's going to give it to Roberts. Roberts quickly closed down by Panny, but Trey Hume can pass the ball back to Johnson. And at the moment, Gateshead are trying to, I'm making Sunderland have to work to unlock this midfield. But Gateshead pick it up though. Wern has the ball, puts it to Campbell. Campbell now gets, he does well to win it back. Is the ball going to bounce? Keeper comes out and gets it. But yeah, they're always challenging for the loose ball, Gateshead.
Yeah, a little switch I was saying earlier on as well. Great challenge.
Kent Richardson strong. Falls to Zach Johnson, gives it to Trey Hume. Trey Hume.
There's a little bit of a switch with Sunderland, where it looks like Bennett's gone through the middle now. Pritchard come out of the right, I think.
Yeah. It looks like they've pushed Bellingham a little bit higher forward as well.
Yeah. I have to say, I think if there are any Sunderland fans listening, I think Tony Mowbray did an unbelievable job last season, by the way.
Oh, lovely interception there by Connor Panny, but it does find its way out to Roberts now. Cuts inside with the ball, lays off to Jude Bellingham. Lovely little flick to get it to Pritchard, puts it back across, and the ball there now comes in a shot, and it's pulled the ball back. Neil with the goal, and it's very well done. The flick inside the box from Bellingham out to Pritchard, and he pulled it back across. Gateshead may feel they would have been able to clear that one, but
really good finish from Neil, by the way. He's kept his composure brilliantly. Would have been easy just to lash at that, but he's got it on target. And a good break, lovely little touch from Bellingham, good ball across, and I think just Neil wasn't really trapped as he ran at the box. First time, great finish.
2-1 here. Gets to the National Stadium. 40 minutes gone. Neil with the goal for Sunderland. Well, the ball cleared by the trialist up towards Rutledge. Battling with Ballard there. Neil brings it down in midfield. Gets it out to Bennett. Bennett now can put I thought he was going to put that ball in there, but he's got support. On the far side. Handball. The referee says no. He was right on top of it. Now Zach Johnson has the ball. He's going to put it to Roberts. Right hand side. What can he conjure up here with the ball? Up against Panny. And Wern. Oh, he's got through them both. He's done really well. Roberts takes down the dead ball line.
Great challenge.
Good tackle by the trialist number 3. Tell you what, that was a lovely little jink and run there by Roberts to get past the 2 Gateshead players. But Gateshead just passing the ball about the back and now clearing it as Rutledge didn't win the ball in the air, but it goes out for a Gateshead throw.
First time Roberts has beat Panny, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're, 4 minutes away from the end of the half. Kind of just got caught. Maybe body shape wasn't quite right there, his position. And Roberts took advantage. But it's a fascinating contest between the two of them.
It certainly has been. Well, Rutledge just holds the ball up, gets it to Wern. Was he caught there? Referee says yes, instead of a free kick.
Look, referee. He has got another arm. That's good.
Just say a big thank you to Gateshead Academy under 16.
Well, Gateshead have an opportunity to put the ball in the box. Yeah, it's about 45 yards out, maybe a bit more left-hand side. They're not really lining up to ping this one in.
Richardson's just slowly making.
Oh, now they are, yes. Now they're starting to get the shape to receive a free kick. As we don't initially get it. Booty gives it back to the trialist, and
that'll do them.
That'll do. Just keep the ball. 42 minutes gone here in the first half. Gateshead 2, Sunderland 1. It's been a good contest so far for Gateshead. And nice touch from Kent Richardson. Nearly overplayed it, but Gateshead under pressure, but playing the ball around at the back. And now they're going to try and defend this one. But, dare I say, in a league game, that might have been a yellow card. Lunging tackle, but it's a free kick to Gateshead.
Actually thought he got a touch on the ball, but it's a follow through that's almost caught. Was it think that Booty?
I mean, one of the two. It did. I mean, he was in control, but it was the fine margins, wasn't it, of lunging in like that.
Archie Mayor's huge, by the way. He knows how tall he was.
Gateshead. Lovely touch, and now the trialist number 3 carries the ball forward. He's got Panny in front of him. Wern on the inside, who he uses. Wern's going to get this to Panny, I think he has now. Lovely little touch, and now can Wern. Just over touch.
Lovely idea.
Overhit, but nicely trying to create something down the left-hand side, Gateshead. And now Sunderland will try and play out from the back, this time on the right-hand side. Played inside to Ballard, inside his own area. Back to Bass. Ball out to Anderson. Anderson nods it on the inside there. Kent Richardson beaten to the ball, but he picks up the second ball. Jordan Hunter plays it all the way back to the keeper. And Gateshead can just try and build again from the back as Richardson plays the ball down the line, looking for the run of Rutledge, asking a little bit much of him. But
just in his box.
Bass making sure he's getting the ball. Ballard plays it out to Anderson. Pritchard drops deep to get involved. Tries to drive down the line. Ball put out of play on the far side to throw into Sunderland. Been impressed with Hunter's contribution so far, but Pritchard has the ball, left-hand side, cuts in with it, corner of the box. He's running into a load of white shirts, but he's still got the ball. Pings it off a Gateshead player, and the ball falls to Higgins on the far side. Neil, the goal scorer for Sunderland, has the ball, back to Higgins. Pritchard Wants the ball back. He's got it. Trey Hume back to Pritchard. 1 minute remaining here. Just under that. Ball dinked over the top to Neil. Neil's got a chance to shoot, and he does. And he tries to curl it in. It goes wide of the mark. But he had too much space there, if you ask me.
Offside. At first, I think Gateshead defenders were expecting an offside, but yeah, just try to lift it over the try list. Just quite well off target in the end.
Well, we enter the last 30 seconds of the game shortly, and the first half, sorry.
It's a late start catching you out here.
It has.
I'm getting ready for home now.
But you've got to say, if you only take, obviously we don't know what's going to happen in the second half, but the first half performance has been very encouraging so far. Of course, it is only pre-season, and I expect Sunderland to go through another couple of gears, as they might do here, as Neil now drives into the box down the left-hand side. Can he pull it back? He's got
gone out.
Francis
It's gone out by a long way.
The ball has went out, and it's a goal kick on the far side. And there is the half-time whistle. Gateshead 2-1 at the moment. And you would have to say they deserve the lead at the moment. Sunderland definitely had their moments within the game, but didn't make the goalkeeper work. And Gateshead, they got their shots on target.
They did, yeah. I think Gateshead, as I say, started a little tentatively, but grew into the game. You could see the confidence flowing as the half wore on. A little bit of fortune with a Panny goal, I think. I don't think it goes in without the deflection. But there's certainly nothing lucky about Adam Campbell's unbelievable strike. They'll be disappointed, Gateshead, that Sunderland got back into it, even though, again, and I will keep adding this in pre-season, even though it's about pre-season, it's about getting fit for day one of the season. But they will be disappointed with the manner of the goal Sunderland scored, I think. They didn't really have to work through them, put too much effort in to get through the Gateshead back line. But yeah, impressive first half.
It certainly is. And of course, we mentioned before the game as well that this game we might want this game a little bit later, but at the moment, the Gateshead holding their own and doing very well here in the first half. There is going to be a lot of changes in the second half. It looks like we will be wearing the new Patrick away strip, and Sunderland's I should say fourth string will it be today. They're doing their warm-up here for the second half as well. So there'll be a lot of changes in the second half, and please do stick with us. We're going to put the mics on silent. We haven't got anything to play at half-time. We will be back, as I say, about 5 minutes before they come out for the second half. But we'll quickly go through some news, of course, here that we have signed Archie Mares, who has arrived from Norwich on a season-long loan, and he will be starting the second half, we believe. So we'll be seeing that young man make his debut at Gateshead. And of course, the new Gateshead strips are going to be available for pre-order on Monday from the club shop. So look on social media and on the Gateshead website. The links will be there on Monday. And if you want to have your new threads, look at that. They're absolutely fantastic. And that's the ladies team modelling the strip. And of course, this strip in the second half. There he is with the angel behind him. Beautiful stuff. So we will be back, as I say, in about 15 minutes. We're just going to go silent for now, and we'll be back for the second half. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, hello there. The teams are coming back out onto the pitch here at Gateshead International Stadium. Sunderland are out already. Doesn't look like there's any changes yet, Mark. Looks like Gateshead are going to be going for a full change because it's a full change of kit for the second half. So we'll be getting a run out here of the away kit at Gateshead International Stadium. But hopefully Gateshead can continue where they left off. But it is going to be a different team out there for the second half. We'll confirm it as it lines up. Louis Story's definitely up, and as is the trialist is still out there for Gateshead. So we might not see Archie Mayer just yet, unless he's just going for a warm.
No, he's gone for a warm up.
Oh, warm up. Yeah, so there it is. As I say that, the very tall Archie Mayer is down there, getting final instructions from the subs bench, but. We'll go through the players very, very shortly.
A couple of South Shields players around here.
Sorry?
A couple of South Shields players here.
Well, they've come to take it in.
I have to say, obviously cover both clubs for various outlets, but they've shown up very well against two very strong Sunderland sides this afternoon.
Well, we have a few players coming back out for the second half. Kenton Richardson is there, Stephen Wern, Campbell, Ed Francis, and Regan Booty. So it isn't a complete change.
Dave, we have a little problem. No, we don't. Ignore that.
Well,
Steve Wern. I was looking at the subs looking for 19 and realised there wasn't one, and then realised it's Steve Wern.
So it looks like there's a fair few changes. And
not as many as I thought.
No, I thought it was going to be a full side, more or less. But looking down on the bench, of course, there isn't that many players to do that change. But from what we can make out at the moment, trying to see who is on the other side there. It looks like the trialist number 3 has come back out as well.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Is that a different trialist?
The 12 on the far side is a different trialist, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be back underway here very shortly.
Tom Allen there, number 7, yep.
Yeah, so Tom Allen is on as well.
Regan Booty into centre half.
Does look that way, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't look like there's any changes for Sunderland.
I think, I said it half time off the air, I didn't know that. I think you'll probably find Sunderland will make a wholesale change on the hour mark. We did similar at South Shield.
Well, we are underway here in the second half. Gateshead in their claret and blue, or more blue and claret, should we say. Shooting towards the Felon End, and Sunderland shooting towards the River Tyne. As Mayer gets his first touches in a Gateshead strip, as Campbell was just caught on the ankle.
I think it's Wern, isn't it?
Oh, it is Wern, yes, sorry.
I think that looked a little bit naughty, that, you know.
I thought he came in behind there and just caught him on the ankle, but hopefully he's all right. He's started at the moment as some of the first half players get a round of applause as they go to get showered, but Wern, he's up. It's a little bit tender though, isn't it?
Yeah. Very attacking side, by the way. You got Tom Allen, Campbell, Wern, Denanga.
There's a fair few, isn't there? Well, Gateshead play the ball to the far side. Ball played back to Booty, who fed himself in defence. Ball up the top there towards Wern, who's still limping, it has to be said. Ball played back. Now Bass. Oh, Campbell coming across to put the pressure on. Ball played down the line. There's Pritchard with a lovely little flick. And now Higgins can keep the ball in. Nice touch. Does he get past Tom Allen? He doesn't. And there's a foul.
That's really good from Tom Allen. Really good.
Got his body in front of the man.
Playing in as a wing back. Had to show plenty of discipline there.
Bellingham wins the ball, but the ball wasn't played best through there, and Gateshead can pick it up. Story plays it to Campbell, who drops deep, plays it back to Kenton Richardson, who puts the ball up towards Marcus Denanga, wins the header. Tom Allen gets the ball. Can he keep going? He can. The ball to Denanga. He's under pressure, and the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw, which I think was probably a Sunderland throw there, but
nah.
Mark's not having it. He's not having it, but Whelan gets a touch, gives it to Story. Mayor. Calmly plays the ball up towards Wern, who's moving a lot more freely now. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Roberts lays the ball off. Bellingham, right hand side. Little flick back to Roberts. Gateshead holding a line, they're pushing out a bit now. Roberts couldn't get it past Gateshead now, and ball forwards.
It's got to be better.
And the trialist, number 12 on the far side. This ball didn't connect with a Gateshead player. Bellingham gets the ball through, but Gateshead just intercept. Booty's doing very well there as a centre back.
Nice.
And now Gateshead trying to break, but interrupted by Sunderland. Roberts. Ball from Higgins is over the top there towards him. He's timed his run nicely, but the ball has been picked up by Pritchard. Now Bennett on the right-hand side. Can he get a shot off? Good save by Mayers, and he gets up and picks it out the air.
Two things I'm going to say quickly about Mayer. He's been on the pitch 10 minutes. His distribution's unbelievable. He's very calm on the ball, so he's a perfect Gateshead keeper in that sense. And that's a great save, because he stayed big. And really good start.
He got himself back up to pick the ball up in the air from his save. Quite unique. But now Gateshead can try and build again. Ken Richardson gives it to Louis Story. Story pings the ball up, but Zach Johnson can play it all the way back to his goalkeeper.
Fair play to the play announcer for getting all them subs done, by the way, because that was impressive. There's been a number of them.
It certainly has. Sorry about the beeping there. That's my GoPro that I forgot was on a time lapse. So I've got quite a bit of footage there to use on the podcast. Put that down. But now Pritchard has got the ball forward, and Higgins up against Kenton Richardson does very well.
Had a good game, Kenton.
Yeah, he has. Of course, came through the ranks at Sunderland.
Not quite.
Did he not?
Came through the ranks at Hartlepool.
Hartlepool.
And then signed for Sunderland.
There we go. See, that's why I've got Mark here to keep me right, as Campbell just...
Someone's got to.
Well, now gets a can attack as the ball goes across to Wern. Nice little flick, gets it to the trialist.
Good ball.
Ed Francis lays it to Whelan. Across to Regan Booty, who finds himself in defence for the second half. Picks a ball over the top. As for a second, I thought he might have been offside there when that ball went over the top.
But about 10 yards offside.
Yeah. Flag didn't go, but Sunderland can...
I think it would have done if he got on the end of it.
Sunderland passing the ball around well at the moment. Johnson under pressure from Wern. Plays the ball forward. Gateshead win the ball back in midfield, and now Denanga, little flick to Campbell. Campbell looks for support and finds it through Kenton Richardson on the halfway line. Story in the centre circle. Francis back to Story. Whelan turns, finds space. Can he get the ball forward? Holds it up. Francis gets it to Kenton Richardson, who carry the ball forward a few yards. Denanga holds the ball up. Gateshead passing the ball around lovely at the moment. Back to Story inside his own half. Campbell drops. He gives it to Whelan, and Whelan had just skipped away. And there was...
Always looks rushed in possession, doesn't he?
Yeah. He seems to move in fast forward, doesn't he?
He just, every time he gets the ball, looks like he's got so much time.
Well, someone's saying 2-2. It isn't. It's 2-1 at the moment. Well, the ball's been passed back to Mayers. Gives it back to Regan Booty. Booty picks out Campbell and tries to flick it through to the forward line. Bellingham picks it up in midfield, lays it off to Neil. Neil.
Right.
Pritchard sees the run. Brought down by Bennett. Now it is Anderson. Left-hand side of the box, crosses it in. Kent Richardson pokes it clear and out for a throw here on the left-hand side. Neil, edge of the box. He's closed down. Now he can try and pick out a teammate if he can. Higgins still has the ball. Corner of the box, lays it back to Anderson. Anderson now puts a cross in, looking for Bellingham. Ball gets cleared out by number 12.
Awkwardly away.
Yeah, it's skewed off the top of his boot and out for a corner on the far side. Just thought Bellingham was going to rise there to try and get towards that, but didn't get off the ground in time as it come through.
Showed little flashes of what he's about, Bellingham.
Starting to find space, isn't he?
He is.
As the ball in, cleared by Gateshead, only as far as Pritchard, but now his deflected shot. Gateshead can try and build here. Denanga turns. Nice bit of footwork. Can he get past another man? He gets past Pritchard, gets it to Wheel, unfortunately, but Gateshead can build now.
It's going to be one of Louis Story's.
Louis Story drives forward, goes to the crossfield ball. The ball's not the greatest, and it's going to be passed back to Bass, who can pick out Roberts on the far side.
I've been quite impressed with Bass. His distribution's very good.
Yes, very calm, isn't he?
Yeah, seems to be a thing for young keepers these days.
Well, Gateshead win the ball back inside the Sunderland half. Whelan looks to keep the ball moving. Picks out Booty. Back to Kent Richardson just inside his own half. Now to Story. Story back to Kenton. Picked out by Pritchard though. Now Bennett one-on-one with the keeper. Offside flag goes up. That was a close one. I wasn't as confident there as the Gateshead defenders as the arms went up for the offside appeal.
No, I was. See straight away.
That's why I've got you here, Mark. That's why I've got you here. Keep me right. As Kenton, the ball through, but Campbell picks up the loose ball. Denanga just on his heels, didn't expect the ball coming through, and Ballard can get the ball under control. He's got Anderson and Bass to pick. He gives it back to Bass. Out to the far side. Trey Hume. Bellingham drops deep to get involved. Gets it back out to Hume. Down the line. And that goes out for a throw to Sunderland.
Not sure how many of these Sunderland substitutes were at South Shields. I know Michael Spellman definitely was because he came on second half. So there may well be wholesale changes.
Well, there is 2 Sunderland players warming up at the moment down on our left-hand side. Tom Allen nods the ball down. Didn't find the Gateshead shirt. And now Anderson goes for a crossfield ball, looking for the run of Patrick Roberts. There's Regan Booty. Lovely header back to Mares. Quickly gives it out to Story. Story tries to find Wern, who's dispossessed. Roberts on the far side. Drives down the far side and then goes out for another corner on the far side.
Yeah, there's a couple of familiar names for North East non-league fans on the Sunderland bench. As I say, Spellman spent second half of last season on loan at Blythe Spartans, helped them stay in the National League North, and Tom Trialby had a spell at Morpeth Town. Be interested to see if any more Sunderland youngsters come out on loan.
Well, it's definitely a breeding ground. The North East non-league scene is Trey Hume offside. Free kick to Gateshead. 56 minutes gone. If you just join us here at Gateshead International Stadium, Gateshead 2, Sunderland 1.
We've also had a really productive academy, Sunderland. You look at the hard work that's gone in there, and we think that England nationals, people like Jordan Pickford, Jordan Henderson, come through there. There's high hopes for a few of the lads. Obviously, Dan Neal's done well since he's gone into the first team.
Yeah, there's a couple of good academies up here in the northeast. Of course, Middlesbrough always produces a lot of players that we've seen. There's something in the water in Middlesbrough for goalkeepers. Of course, Newcastle, they're in the middle of a redevelopment. They'll be hoping to start to produce more players. It's funny how it happens, how teams can go through a spell of producing. We look at the class of '92. There was a glut come through then. I think every team hopes for a class of the '92. But the ball through now. Denanga's going to chase down Ballard. Read it well. Plays it back to Bass. Denanga chasing. That was got himself into space there, didn't he, Bass? But he dealt with it well.
It's a great ball, by the way.
Oh, lovely vision there to get it to Neil. What a tackle there, though. Tom Allen. That's the Tom Allen we wanted to see last season. There's Kenton Richardson. Plays it back to Mayer. Mayer. Good with both feet. I was watching him in the warm-up, predominantly with the left. He cleared it with the right there. Denanga now chases into the loose ball on the right-hand side. He's got Ballard with him. He gets past him. Can he lay it off to Campbell? Campbell goes for a shot. Well, he isn't. He's going to lay it back to Denanga. Gateshead passing it around. Booty goes for a shot. Deflection, and it goes over. It's a corner.
Really good hold up play from Denanga. I love that about him. He's so positive. When he gets a ball, his first thought is, can I turn towards goal? Can I, push the team forward? He's held it up, played intelligent passing. And once that ball's gone into Booty, you all think he's going to test the keeper here.
It was calm stuff. They weren't panicking in and around the area. They were letting the ball do the work. Find the space and pass the ball.
There are a lot of options in this Gateshead squad, and when you just look at the bench, we've still got Hassani and Thompson to come on. Magnay's there. Lads that have got first team experience.
It's a poor ball.
It's a great ball.
It's a great ball. Finds its way to Whelan. Whelan picks out Story on the right-hand side of the box. Can he get a delivery and gives it back to Whelan? Whelan puts the one in towards the penalty spot, headed away, only as far as the Gateshead shirt, but passed back to Booty. Booty now looks to get the ball moving forward, carries the ball forward, drives down the left-hand side, still going Booty, plays the ball off Hume and wins a throw-in.
Really positive. He looked a class above at Heaven on Tuesday night, and he's done nothing to suggest he's anything other than that here.
Well, Gateshead happy to pass it around. Kent Richardson just inside his own half, carries it over the halfway line. Tom Allen receives the ball, plays it back to Louis Story. Good communication from Story there to ask him to continue coming back with the ball, but the ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw off Pritchard.
I love the confidence that Gateshead players have got in the ball. They never look panicked. Even Tom Allen's been closed down by 3 people there, 3 Sunderland players, and he's just trying to play around them. It's really encouraging.
Well, we've got a couple of Sunderland players getting ready.
That's not the worst ball.
When the ball's come through, can he keep the ball in, Wern? Oh, he can.
On ball.
Well,
that didn't go out.
That did not go out there. That was well, that'll be one for the highlight reel.
Why isn't he flagged straight away for a
throw-in? Yeah. But you can see from here the whole ball hadn't crossed the line. It stopped on the line there.
That one out as well, by the way.
Well,
I suppose it's pre-season for the officials as well.
They've
got to work their way into it.
I mean, I'd like to say that I've had a perfect game here so far. I'm probably only 98%, but
they're being generous, mate. At the minute, you're struggling to get a 6 out of 10 from me.
Oh well, you're very hard on the ratings. So a 6 out of 10 is normally a 10 out of 10, and anyone else. So I'll take that. 60 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Sunderland 1 here at Gateshead National Stadium. Connor Panney and Adam Campbell with the goals for Gateshead, and it was
Daniel.
That
scored the 5 out of 10.
Oh, deservedly so.
He's
Ball
offside.
over the top, offside is going to go up there against Bennett's, and he's a ball of energy. Bennett's we've seen so far. Booty plays the ball down the left-hand channel, looking for the run of Denanga, but the ball bounces out for a throw on the far side.
Played at the World Cup, didn't he, Bennett, for Costa Rica?
Wow.
Last year. Does look a talent. Hasn't done too much today, but he does look a talent.
Oh, well, Gateshead get the ball there on the edge of the area. What can Denanga do? Left-hand side of the box, but they've managed to...
Great, that's out. By the way. That's gone out. You can see from here.
Well, throwing on the far side, and Gateshead really putting the pressure on when they lose possession.
The linesman on our side, he has clearly fallen asleep, I think, the last 5 minutes.
It is pre-season, Mark.
Must have had a late night. No.
I think he's had a 7 out of 10.
He hasn't even had that. He's on a 4 out of 10 at the
moment. Throw in there and won by Sunderland. Roberts clears the ball, only as far, though, as Francis. Story has it now, plays it to Campbell. Campbell's got space. Can he pick out a shot? He can, and no, he pulls it wide just for a second there.
It did look. Here's the subs, I think.
Yeah, we're going to see quite a few changes here from Sunderland. It does look like Harry Fieldson is going to come on, I believe. Maybe not. Well, the goalkeeper's got number 1 on, but we don't have a number 1 on the bench. So there is a 13, Harry Fieldson. Number 14 is Callum Wilson. And number 18, Max Thompson is coming on. And the goalkeeper But Sunderland, they've made their changes here now. And Mark was right. He said about 60 minutes. We're in the 63rd now. As Gateshead tried to close down Neil. Neil carries the ball forward. He does very well, carrying it over the halfway line. He's still going here. He's must be watching a Maradona video before this, but now Pritchard has the ball, lays it off to Bellingham. Bellingham goes for a shot from outside the box and wide.
All right, mate.
Yeah, someone's happy with the clapping there. But yeah, we don't know quite who the goalkeeper is yet. Gateshead, player from the back, ball over the top. Can it be flicked on? Oh, the header has been won, but the ball's going to fall to Sunderland, and now Max Thompson lays it forward. Sorry, Callum Wilson it was, sorry. Bellingham. To Pritchard. Pritchard tries to flick it through. Still got the ball, Pritchard. He's got Anderson on the left-hand side if he wants, but he's going to put a cross into the middle. Goes deep towards Patrick Roberts, who gets it under control. Tries to get past the try list on the far side. Number 12, twisting and turning. He's doing really well, Roberts. Tries to get past Regan Booty. He does. The ball comes into the middle. Now's the shot. And Higgins puts it into the back of the net. We've got to say that Patrick Roberts, he's a real tricky customer. And he got the ball into the middle. And there was Higgins just to slot it through between goalkeeper and defender.
Yeah, just a little bit easy on the right-hand side there. Just got through Gateshead a little bit too easily on that right-hand side. Fair play, Roberts did really well. A good cutback as well, and a lovely finish from Higgins.
Certainly was. It's 2-2 here. 65th minute we're in 2. Good afternoon's football so far. There's Regan Booty. Gets it to Wern. Back to Booty. Booty plays down the line. Denanga's going to chase down on this and it's chasing with Fieldson. Fieldson gets it back to the goalkeeper, who takes a touch and plays it across to Anderson. Good pressing by Gateshead. Campbell's there to close it down. Higgins, the goal scorer, is under pressure himself from Tom Allen. Twisting and turning. There's a ball played down the line. Pritchard fortunately comes back to Sunderland, and the ball has been pulled back for a free kick here. There was a lunging tackle. Well, people saying goal 2-2. They will be correct. Pritchard, with the captain's armband on, takes the throw. Higgins, under pressure from Whelan, plays it back. Anderson puts it over the top. Nobody there really chasing it down. Story manages to get it back to Mayer. Mayer gives it to Booty. Starting to have a bit of a press now, Sunderland. And Gateshead in possession. Ball played over the top. Can Denanga do something here? Was he fouled? No. Goes down. Be a very, very lenient referee to give that. Sunderland in possession now. Fieldson plays it inside to Neil. There's a runner in Bellingham through the middle, but the ball goes out to the far side. Robert gets the ball back off the try list.
Adam Richardson's the keeper.
Alan Richardson, Bellingham now. Right-hand side of the box. Can he pull this back across? Can he do something? It's dead ball line. Still going, tries to pull it across. Goes behind for a corner.
So not even on the list.
Well, often in these pre-season games, there's so many players that can't fit them on the team sheet, Mark. I think that's the case here. There's a few more Sunderland players start to warm up down the line. But we have a corner on the far side. Pritchard stands over it. It's a deep one. Too deep and goes right past. Story's going to try and chase this down to clear the ball. As he does, puts it down the line, and Denanga's chasing down. Anderson arcs his run and gets in front and plays it back to the goalkeeper.
A little less on that, and that's a really good ball from Louis Story. It is anyway, but just a little less on it. And Denanga could have got first touch in there.
Nice ball from Story, but Sunderland now. Fieldson trying to ball goes out for a
hasn't got a clue. Has not got a clue.
Yeah,
linesman's now 3 out.
Yeah, as I was going to say, well, I You're probably going to mark me down to 4 out of 10 because I forgot the goalkeeper's name already. What was his name?
I'm not going to tell you that.
He's not going to tell us. So there we go. As Campbell tries to put it over the top, bounces out for a throw to Gateshead on the halfway line. Denanga tries to hold it up.
Adam Richardson.
There we go. Adam Richardson's on the ball now.
You're better than this, Dave.
I know. Big snooker fan, if you might have noticed there, with his white gloves. He has the ball now.
It's just a fan of referees.
Yeah. There's on the far side, it is Wilson. Plays it back to Zach Johnson.
Correction for Sunderland score.
Richardson plays it across to Anderson. Anderson puts the ball into the centre. Roberts can nod it down, but can Francis get there? He can't. Whelan even. Now Wern has the ball. Left-hand side of the box corner. Plays it back to Booty. Booty, nice little turn to keep the ball moving. The ball to Richardson wasn't the greatest, and now, but Richardson intercepts the ball forward. Gator can try and build again. Ed Francis found acres of space on the far side, and now Wern drives in with the ball, cuts with it, goes for the shot. Pulls it wide. Wow, good stuff from Gateshead. Well spotted there, wasn't he? The ball forward.
Mike Williamson's really annoyed about something. I'm not sure what it is, but he's really annoyed about the fact that I think that wasn't a corner.
Well, we're going to see a few players coming on here for Gateshead now. We're going to see a trialist number 22, Lyra Kasani, is coming on. The youngster, Ollie Thompson. And we're going to see Carl Magnay come on as well. So, a few changes.
What you'll see, I think, is the trialist that was playing left wing back will go into left centre back. Magnay will come on with Story and him. With the 3 centre backs.
Yeah.
The 22 trialist will go left hand side where he played on Tuesday at Heaven. Although actually it looks like Ollie Thompson might be going there.
Yeah. It does look that way, and it looks as if
Trialist going left hand side of the
he's going there where Wern was.
Hassani in midfield with
Whelan. Well, ball over the top. Now chasing down as Mayer comes out and puts it into the stand.
He's looked good, hasn't he?
He has. He's looked all right. I mean, he had to get there. Max Thompson was bearing down. Pritchard has the ball right-hand side, tries to play it down the line. Gateshead win the ball back now. What can they do? And get the ball forward. Oh, the ball inside from Thompson didn't find its destination. And now Max Thompson, can he pull it across? He holds it up on the dead ball line. Twisting and turning. The ball still there. Now the shot off into the side net from Roberts.
Really just had a shot from there.
Yes, he has. Even though he had a number of players to try and pick out with aerial advantage, should we say, over some of the players around them.
To say Patrick Roberts was ambitious there would be understating it.
Well, there's a ball forward there. Campbell tries to latch onto it, but played back to Richardson through Anderson. Been impressed with Anderson, the right back. He's been looked a very tidy player. Number 3. Ball cleared up the pitch towards Patrick Roberts, who gets past his man, can keep the ball in on the line. Now he's going to try and cut in. He's still going. A tackle there from is it a trialist there on the far side? It was number 12. Impressive as Bellingham plays it inside to Neil. Neil has Pritchard, or he leaves it to Anderson. Anderson tries to play the ball forward, and Sunderland player tripped and fell, and the ball rolls out for a goal kick to Gateshead. 72 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Sunderland 2.
Been a good game, hasn't it?
It has. It's for pre-season. Sometimes you think it's, they're going to fizzle out. Maybe one team runs away with it, but this has been competitive. It's had the feel of a proper game. Both sides played it in the right manner. High tempo. Both sides will get a lot out of this. Mayer picks out the trialist on the far side. Was he fouled? But the referee says no, as Gateshead can try and keep the ball moving through Ollie Thompson, who plays it back to Mayer.
He's so comfortable on the ball, Ollie. he had a really good cameo on Tuesday night. Well played.
Nice stuff from Gateshead as the trialist was fouled right in front of the goalkeeper.
You know, Gateshead have made a lot of changes.
And actually, Zach Johnson's hurt himself in that one there.
Gateshead have made a lot of changes, but they're still
playing the same,
and they're still playing the same football. Sometimes when you bring in trialists, Michael Spellman coming on, fair play to him. 2 games,
second game in a day. Marshall Burke, Oliver Bainbridge is coming on. Number 15. Number 22 is Josh Robertson. And then it is going to be Michael Spellman. And we might see Luke Bell coming on soon as well. He's getting stripped, ready to come on. At the moment, Spellman's on, and Patrick Roberts is coming off.
So which stands closed next week? That one?
That one. Well, we are now. Well, people at home wondering which one I'm pointing at, but the South Stand.
I was going to say that, yeah. That one.
Yeah. People saying that and that isn't really the best description, but Story. Magnet plays the ball back to Mayer. As I mentioned before, we came on air, or maybe when we were off air, Carl Magnet looks very lean. I say not that he was overweight or anything. He was a stocky lad last season, but this year he looks like he's trimmed down somewhat. As Tom Allen tries to turn, but the ball goes out of play.
I think you're probably going to see
Gateshead going to win the ball back here. Magnet.
Oh, what a
touch. Can he get past the stat man there? Referee says no. He's looking for a foul. Story intercepts it. Gateshead trying to pass it around. Just a little bit of a poor ball back to Hassani.
Lucky devil.
And Gateshead managed to get the ball back, fortunately, through a poor pass.
You'd imagine Bellingham and Neil will be the next ones to come off.
Certainly look that way. Nice touch from the trialist to put it out to the other trialist on the far side. And now pass back to Zach Johnson, to the keeper. Tananga putting them under pressure, and the ball is going to go out to play on the far side. And Gateshead have kept that up all game.
Who else hasn't come off for Sunderland? Johnson?
Johnson, Pritchard, and Bellingham thus far. As the ball, Campbell just got that stuck underneath his studs there as he tried to ping it forward. But now, ball goes out, play for Gateshead. Bainbridge couldn't control it.
Can Campbell play the full game?
I think he might. I think we've used all the substitutes, haven't we? So Tananga holds it up.
Surely fouled.
Well, I think in a league game you would have got a foul for that, a push in the back. But Bellingham receives the ball on the edge of the box. Bellingham is under pressure though. Distributes it, and now Gateshead win the ball back in midfield as Tom Allen. Was he fouled? Well, yes, he was. But if that was a foul, so was the one before.
Oh, the one on Denanga?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, Dave.
So I went back up to 6 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. It's been overplayed.
Story. Gets ball to Denanga. Oh, a lovely little flick. It nearly got through. And now they're going to try and break Sunderland. Neil has the ball there. He's done very well to hold it up after the pressure from Hassani.
There was a crucial little nick in there from Hassani as Sunderland were getting a chance to break.
Pritchard.
Oh, Pritchard's still on as well.
Yeah. As now Bainbridge gives it back to Pritchard, who's been another ball of energy. He's been involved in most of the build-up play for Sunderland this afternoon. Now Fieldson to Bainbridge. Bainbridge plays it back inside to Fieldson. And there we go, Sunderland trying to create something down the left-hand side. Ball forward to Story, who can calmly nod it down to Magnet. And Gateshead just passing it around at the moment. Allen inside to Hassani, across to Booty on the far, sorry, to the try list on the far side.
Oh,
Oh, lovely little flick there to the try list. And now Ollie Thompson, can he open up? Cuts it inside. Got it to a Gateshead player. The slide in there, but Gateshead don't come away with the ball. The free kick's being given on Bellingham.
Joe Bellingham was just being put on his backside by Ollie Thompson, who's about half his height.
Well, looks like we're going to see the final round of substitutions from Sunderland here. Luke Bell is about to come on, as is Timo Turitov. What's the other numbers down there? Tom Chavy. So you would have seen him play for Morpeth last season.
Yeah, played as a holding midfielder when he was at Morpeth. Looked tidy enough, typical academy player. Just sat in front of the back four and protected.
And Jack Whittaker is also coming on as well. So Pritchard has come off, as has Bellingham, Zach Johnson, and who's the other player that has come off there? I'm just trying to see. Was it Patrick Roberts? No, he came off earlier on, didn't he? So all the substitutes have been used, I think, now. Sunderland ball rolls out of play on the far side, throw into Gateshead. Well, Archie Mayer gives it to Story. Played back to Story. Story picks out Magny here on the right-hand side. Magny, not in any rush, plays it back to Story. Inside to Whelan. Whelan picks out Hassani. Lovely touch.
It's a really good first touch.
Turns and keeps the ball moving. Try list to try list. Now Hassani has the ball. If he looks up, he can pick out the run of Tom Allen. And Tom Allen is going to get to this ball. Can he keep it in? Oh, I think it just went out as he got there. Goal kick.
It's a lovely idea from Hassani. Just a little less on it and Tom Allen's in.
Well, at the moment, I'll tell you what, it's been a lovely game of football for the first home game of pre-season. Played in the right manner. Both sides have kept the tempo up, kept the pressing. A lot can be learned. As now, Sunderland try and drive forward with the ball. Magny just pulls on the shirt of Jack Whittaker, and it's a free kick about 30 yards out.
Is he? I mean, it is a booking. If it's
no,
competitive game.
The referee isn't going to get the cards out. Taken short to Bainbridge. Whittaker gets the ball back. Whittaker closed down. And now Gateshead can try and win the ball back here as the try list is all over the back of the Sunderland player number 24, the Chiabi. But Sunderland can compose themselves. Fieldson to Whittaker. Back to Fieldson. Fieldson plays the ball in there. Now Bainbridge, left-hand side, can play the ball forward. And now it is Robertson. Plays the ball into the centre. Oh, and Story's slipped and it's fell to a Sunderland shirt. Shot off. Deflected. Now the second shot. And in the ball, the back of the net it goes. Spellman scores to put Sunderland in front here. And, Gateshead got themselves into a little bit of a mess there at the back, Mark.
Yeah, the deflections work heavily in the favour, doesn't it? It's a really calm finish from Spellman. Managed to just beat his near post. It's a fortunate goal, if we're honest. The deflection has played a massive part in it, but Gateshead have already benefited from one. But good finish, yeah. Spellman's a talented player. There's high hopes from.
Well, the game continues. We've got 9 minutes remaining. We're into the 82nd minute now. And going into the game, you just hope that we give a good account of ourselves, and I think we've done that this afternoon. Gateshead have been very competitive and still in the game and still trying to get something out as Ollie Thompson wins the ball back. Can he always put it through? Now Dinanga. Oh, he pulls the trigger a second time. Oh, he puts it wide. Well, Gateshead have went wide of that post 3 times in this second half.
Just trying to use the outside of his foot and bend it in the far corner.
He just didn't get the arc, did he?
Yeah, just not enough on it with the outside of his boot. Brilliant pressing from Ollie Thompson, doing exactly what the likes of Mike Williamson and Ian Watson want from their players. Forced the error. Good weight on the pass. And, Dinanga just needs to hit the target there. I think if he does, he scores.
Just as I was alluding to before that break. Yep. Gateshead have no complaints out of this game. They've given a good account of themselves and still doing that to this moment in time now. As Mayer shows good feet, gets the ball out to the trialist on the far side, who plays it down the line. Ollie Thompson tries to let the ball run. Out it goes for a Sunderland throw. I think if you're Mike Williamson and Liam Watson down there in the Gateshead dugout, they'll be happy with what they've seen so far, considering it's only the second game of pre-season.
100%, yeah. I think the fact that they beat, let's be honest, they beat a not full strength, but a very strong side in the first half. The fact that they've given a good account of themselves throughout the game. The work rate's been good. The quality's been good in possession. There'll be little bits they'll feel they can improve on. Yeah, really good.
Callum Whelan trying to carry the ball forward there, got a little bit too cute with it, and now Bainbridge on the counter-attack, corner of the box, puts the ball across the far side, and there was Spellman stretching out and puts the ball wide.
Yeah, just going back to what you're saying, it's kind of been the perfect pre-season workout. Everyone's had a game. Everyone's been able to really show what they can do, and I think Busted and Mike will be over the moon.
Well, all the forward players have had a chance on goal. Chances have been created, and the defence and midfield, they've had a lot of the ball. They've had a lot of closing down. They've been closed down a lot themselves. It's been the perfect workout, so to speak.
Yeah, it has. I mean, the second half, the levels haven't dropped at all, but they have. They've kept working hard when in and out of possession, which is a big thing for the management team.
And also in the latter stages of games like this, when teams like Gateshead do have a lot of trial players in there, gaps will open up because they're not maybe as well versed or drilled in what they are asked from the manager. And but I think going into this game, I think if you had said we win 2-1 at half time and we're 2-0 up at one stage and looking good for it, you would have took that. They say we go into these games not about results, but hey, you've got to take the positives when they come.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And again, we go pre-season about results. It would have been nice to have got a win today. There's still time, still 5 minutes. But the patterns of play, the fitness side of it, it's been a really good workout for Gateshead. And I think next week will be another step up when Newcastle apparently bring a full strength team here. That's going to be an even bigger test. So it's going to be
lovely ball through for Adam Campbell, 1-on-1. The defender's got over there, pulled the ball back across, selfless to a cause. Adam Campbell there. You wouldn't have blamed him if he went for a pop for himself, but it's still with Gateshead, edge of the area. Left hand side, Ollie Thompson up against Spellman, lays it back, and now trialist number 12 gives it into Whelan. Ball coming across now to Magny. Magny has Allen in front of him if he wants to go wide with the ball, but he cuts inside of it himself. Lays it off to Whelan. Whelan now can give it to Campbell. Campbell now puts it out to Allen. Can we get a delivery into the box? Oh, and he plays it off the Sunderland player. Still stays in, although he tries to let it go out, but Whelan picks up the loose ball. Campbell needs to turn. Can he put it back across? Goes for the shot. He was selfish that time when he had Denanga just inside of him. But Gateshead with throw here, level with the corner of the box on the right-hand side. Good intensity right to the end here from Gateshead as Magny didn't have the communication he wanted with Allen. Ball cleared down the line, but it's going to come straight to Louis Story. Nice touch from Campbell to Whelan. Keeps the ball moving. A trialist number 12 for Gateshead lays the ball off to Hassani. Hassani puts it back to Whelan. Furthest player back for Gateshead, bar the goalkeeper. Campbell with a lovely little touch. Ball nearly come through there for the trialist number 22 who was on the shoulder of the defender. Cleared. It's all the way back with Mayer. And Gateshead goal. Lays it off to Whelan. Whelan now calmly picks out Campbell. Campbell with first time touch to Magny. Magny looking for the run in front of him. Didn't get the ball to Allen. Allen challenges to get it, but now it is number 22, Robertson, who comes away with it, lays it off, and it's Timo Turatov who has the ball, left-hand side of the box. He's twisting and turning against Story. Story stands still, and out it goes for a corner.
Good well there, Louis. Just stood firm. That was a lovely little pass to play from Gateshead there. Just kept the ball, trying to move Sunderland around a bit. Fair play to the Sunderland youngsters because they stayed disciplined. They stayed in. in the formation system they've been put in. I think it's been a fascinating game. I really do. There's been a lot for both sides to take from it.
Well, Sunderland have a corner here to our left-hand side. They haven't committed too many men forward. There's still 3 on the halfway line. And a free header there. He should have really done better. And it was number 14, I think it was. Callum Wilson. Really should have hit the target there. Gateshead. Play out from the back. Story has the ball at his feet. Plays it back to Mayer. Well, Mayer's slotted right into Gateshead style really quickly, hasn't he? He's looked good with the ball at his feet.
I'd argue has looked as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than a number of the other goalkeepers that Gateshead have had in on loan in recent years. I just think he's been excellent.
Well, Gateshead win the ball back, but they have to try and distribute it, and they didn't there as Gateshead do win it again through Ollie Thompson on the far side, and he calmly plays it back to Mayer, who gives it to the trialist number 12 on the far side. Mayer has the ball again. And then 89th minute, the Story picks a ball in the middle there. Campbell tries to play it first time. Oh, good interception by Fieldman. And Fieldman can just get past Campbell. Picks a ball over the top now, and Robertson is going to chase this down towards the corner flag. He's going to keep it in. Oh, sorry, it's not Teartoff. Easy for me to say. Left-hand side of the box, dinks it into the middle there. Story nods it behind for a corner. Decisive break from Sunderland there.
Yeah, in the last minute. I think there's plenty of enthusiasm over here for Gateshead. They don't really think they deserve to lose the game. Not that matters in pre-season.
Yeah.
We've seen promising signs from the new signings.
So corner comes in, headed clear by Louis Story. It's going to be brought down on the edge of the box. Gateshead managed to clear nearly. They don't. They picked it back up. There we go. And there's a shot into Mayer's knees. Quickly down. I think it was Luke Bell that got that shot away there. And Story back to Mayer. Calm as you like, plays it out to the trialist number 12 on the far side. Finds the other trialist number 22. Back to Mayer. Mark twitched there.
Just got it through.
Never in doubt. The Story carries the ball forward. De Gea to have one more attack in them. He tries to dink the ball over the top. It's a nice idea. Caught the midfield napping, but there wasn't anyone attacking it. Ball cleared. Magnay brings it down beautifully on the thigh. Lays it off to Story. Story back to Mayer.
There's a switch in here, Tom Allen.
Well, that's the end of the regular time. And the full-time whistle goes. Sunderland run out 3-2 winners here at Gateshead International Stadium. But Gateshead gave a great account of themselves and dominated for spells. 2 fantastic goals from Connor Panny and Adam Campbell gave Gateshead hope here, but it's pre-season and we got more than a result from here. We got fitness, we got to see what the new players were about, and we got a real test.
Exactly what you want from any pre-season game there. Tactically was a good test for Gateshead. Technically was a good test for Gateshead, and more than anything, I think the fitness side of it was perfect. There was plenty of discipline had to be on display against a really strong Sunderland side for 60 minutes. A lot of the players that started the game for Sunderland will start their first game of the season. Just a really, really perfect start to the pre-season at the stadium.
It certainly is, and pre-season continues next weekend here at Gateshead International Stadium, where Newcastle United send along their first team to take on Gateshead in what I've dubbed the Battle of Tyneside. No one else has, just me. But if you'd like to join us here next week, we'd love you to join us. Please subscribe, and also you can pop along on Thursday evening, 8 p.m, where we'll be talking to Adam Pearson, a Newcastle United YouTuber. We're talking about the game, and also Josh from Patrick Team Sports as well. We'll be talking about the beautiful strips that we've seen here today, as Archie Mayer gets a nice round of applause from the Tyne Weir stand. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be back here. Massive thank you to Mark Rovers for joining us on the commentary. We always know we're going to get good analysis from Mark. So big thank you to all of you. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye.